Alrighty guys, welcome to the third game that we are spectating tonight of Impact in solo queue. Today, or this game, it looks like he is going to be actually playing Lulu, which is a really strong top lane champion, and he's actually against his teammate from SKT1 T1, Pumandu this game. Pumandu is going to be playing on Zed, and then he's also against another well-known pro player, Dade, he's actually a mid laner, but for CJ Blue, I believe, and Dade is going to be playing on Graves.
Oh yeah, Dade is awesome. He's one of my favorite players. CJ Antis being one of my favorite teams. So definitely excited to see how this one pans out because we got some amazing players on both teams. Not sure if you mentioned it, but we are going to see this impact on Lulu top, which is super powerful right now. He's been playing some basically concrete meta Korean champs right now. Gragas, Lulu, Jace, they're all big time. Pick ban priority in Korea right now.
Yeah, most definitely. And for those of you guys who are just tuning in, my name is By Night, and today I am joined by Aaron. We're super excited to bring you this Korean Challenger Spotlight solo queue game with SKT1 Impact as the spotlighted player right now.
Oh, you're having a little bit of trouble there.
Oh man, but yeah, so this game should be pretty exciting. So it is a Lulu versus a Diana matchup right now. Diana is not as popular as far as meta top lane champions go, but she's definitely a very strong pick, but she just gets poked out so hard against Lulu, especially early on, and you can just see how safe Diana is playing right now. She just knows that she cannot trade against against Impact right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty brutal, but take a look at this bot lane right now, because there was a bunch of trading that just went down, and it was nuts. No one died, but they're all so low, and pretty sure both players on both sides will all summon except for the Thresh Flash, which he did just blow.
Yeah, so this bot lane, a lot of action's gone down right there already. The mid lane, some trading going back and forth. Bot lane, both jugglers are just picking up their buffs. Lee Sin is a little bit ahead as far as buff picking up goes, but not too far. And both junglers are actually going to be heading top around the same time right now. And Impact is pushed up, so Lee Sin's gank might be a little bit scary for him.
You know, we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure that Lee Sin can't do a lot against a Lulu. I mean, when you have that Whimsy, there's not much that can tag you.
Yeah, and Lee Sin is just going to back off here. But in the bot lane, man, so much pressure going down on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, and those four characters are so early pressure. Ezreal's level 1's all used early pressure with his Mystic Shot. We got that Zero who around level 2 and 3. It puts out pretty much more poke than any other support in the game. We have classic Thresh Graves, super aggro comp down there as well. So it's going to be a crazy lane.
Yeah, and Lee Sin's looking to gank onto the Karthus, but he just backs off. The big blob coming in as well.
Yeah, they do have that Zac, which is not something you see very often. I honestly haven't seen Zac in one of my solo queue games in a long time, but here we are seeing him right now going mid on the Pumandu and not really getting anything out of it.
Yeah, the thing with Zac is he's really tanky when you get to the late game, and his ganks are alright, but he just doesn't do that much damage as a jungler. He can't have as much impact as like a Lee Sin because he just can't nuke someone down as well.
Exactly. However, he does get so tanky. I mean, his whole kit's about stacking health, and as the game goes on, he does have one of the best initiates in the entire game.
Zyra rubbing up from the bot lane right there, spotting out that Lee Sin. But in the top lane, one thing that Impact has consistently done every single game that we've spectated so far tonight is obtain a massive creep lead. 13.
Yeah, it's something he's so good at because he just zones, right?
Yeah, 13 to 31 right now.
Yeah, it's brutal, and there's really not a lot you can do about it against a Lulu, because if you try and go on her, she'll polymorph you and throw that glitter lance out, do a lot of damage. And if you just try and farm, she'll harass you from afar, like we're watching right now. Impact just putting so much harass onto Diana, actually might look for a kill here. He does not have Ignite, but he actually might choose to die this one. Ignite being dropped onto Impact, but he's waiting for that glitter lance. Oh, he does get it. No, he doesn't. First blood actually went to that Diana with the Ignite tick, because she did manage to dodge that glitter lance. What a play.
Wow, Impact played slightly too aggressive there, was a little bit too bloodthirsty, really wanted that kill, and ends up missing the final glitter lance, which in the end means she doesn't get the kill, and he ends up dying as well to tower shots.
Speaking of dying, looks like Fresh might die here. No, his shield is going to be enough to stop the Ignite, but Graves Dade is going to get picked up by Shangguan.
So the Fresh will escape here, although if he stays, no, it looks like he's backing, but if he was to stay, he would most likely go down, which is obviously why he's back in there. But in the top lane, the lead now for Impact is completely gone. The fact that he gave up a kill there, the fact that Diana was able to pick up a little bit of farm, means that right now Diana is actually ahead by about 150 gold onto Impact.
Yeah, I mean, 150 gold isn't that big of a deal. It's like a few potions up, but at least she has that level advantage, and that is a very big deal, because levels are worth like 1,000 gold each at this point in the game.
Yeah, the level 6 on Diana is definitely really scary. It means that she can dash onto you. If she lands her Q first, and then she can dash onto you twice, which isn't great for Impact, because his advantage comes with his poke. He can poke down Diana from range, but when Diana can just jump on you, her all-in potential is really scary.
Definitely, but we are going to see this Zac ganking mid right now, going for Fu Mandu. Lee Sin on the way, though, for the counter gank. Is going to drop the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike, forcing the flash, surprisingly, from that Zac. He looks like he's getting ready to turn that around. He is going to land a knockup onto Fu Mandu. Fu Mandu going to drop the ultimate onto Karthus. He is going to bring him low, but not quite enough. Zac's passive actually getting popped right now. Karthus going to flash. Lee Sin flashing behind. The Ignite's taking, but Lee Sin did dive that tower. Karthus ult might not be enough here to pick them up, and no, not quite.
Yeah, this really speaks poorly for Impact's team here, as this game's looking just as scary as the last game. Right now, Zed has 2 assists. The Lee Sin, every single game. There's been a Lee Sin jungle, I'm pretty sure, every game we've spectated so far in Korea. Just such a popular pickup. But Lee Sin always does well also. Like 1-0-1 already. And it's just looking scary. Diana's 1-0. And even in spite of this though, the gold lead still really close.
Yeah, and I mean, Lee Sin, when you really high, she has a super high skill cap, and these guys are the best of the best, so Lee Sin has the potential to do great. And we have seen him in every single game but one. And in the game we didn't see him, there was an Eve instead, who was also pretty top tier right now. But yeah, he's huge. He's just so abusive.
Yeah, just when you understand how to mechanically play a champion like Lee Sin, it's just so strong. Impact.
You see if he keeps applying pressure down right now, because, you know, Zac's pressure that he's been putting down has not been that impressive.
Yeah, and part of that is just because, especially in the early game, Lee Sin is just a stronger jungler. Like, it just is a stronger jungler. More mobility, more damage. Zac hasn't been able to get any tankiness yet, so Zac doesn't even have that advantage yet.
Wow, that's true. He doesn't even have his spirit completed yet, but right now in the mid lane, Lee Sin going for gank onto that Karthus. Karthus in big trouble, is going to get picked up by Fu Mandu.
Yeah. And Impact tries to back, but Diana was waiting in the bush.
He tries, and Diana is going to go on it, but Diana's actually out of mana. Impact looking to chase this one down, but if you look at the bot lane right now, Zac actually went all in down there, but didn't get anything. Impact picking up that Diana, however, Lee Sin is up there. So now Impact has to realize he has to kill himself, but oh no, he's going to get the kill to Lee Sin.
Yeah, that's just too bad. It was really well played by Impact, though. He was able to live through the Diana gank with his shield, and then just poke Diana all the way back to tower and ends up getting the kill himself. But then Lee Sin's just there to pick up the kill himself, and overall it's just a 1-for-1 in that top lane.
But look at that bottom lane right now. Zach very hungry, going in with Ezreal onto that Graves. Heal being dropped as well. Graves goes very low. Dade is going to get picked up. In the mid lane right now, Karth is trying to do some trading with Pumandu, but Pumandu is literally dodging every single defile. Karthus isn't even able to land one, and he is going to get picked up. Just a complete outplay from SKT1.
Yeah, Pumandu with that outplay there, dodging almost every single one of those Qs. And Karthus is going to fall again, now 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking awful for Impact, because even though he's doing pretty solid in his lane, a humongous farm advantage, the rest of his team is just getting destroyed other than Ezreal. It's really going to be up to his bot lane and him to carry this one, because Zach and Karthus aren't doing exceptionally well, particularly Karthus.
Yeah, but we've already seen how much damage Ezreal, who's ahead, can do. And this Ezreal right now on his team is 3-0, which is so big for him. And I think that's really his hope there. But Impact is now ahead of Diana in gold by about 300, but still really close there in that top lane.
Definitely, and looking at ball lane right now, Graves and Ezreal trading it out. Zera's on the way, but it looks like Dade just gonna back off here. I know 2G looking very ferocious. He's ready to grab a death sentence. In the mid lane, Karthus again trying to deal harass to Pumandu, but really not landing much of anything. Oh, and Pumandu is gonna go all in there. There's Lee Sin coming in as well. Exhaust was dropped on Pumandu, but he is gonna get out of that one. Meanwhile, though, Zach trying to keep Lee Sin inside of Karthus while his passive goes off. They are gonna pick that one up. And it looks like in the bot lane, though, Dade gonna pick up Zero, but not before dying himself. Zach, he's trying to run from this one. Oh, he does! Pumandu is gonna miss it, and Zach gonna survive.
Yeah, and in this top lane, Impact just doing his best to continue zoning out the Diana from farm. It's now 95-62 farm here, and he's just, once again, creating a massive farm lead over his top lane opponent. I'm starting to feel like he does this every single game.
Yeah, you know, I'm really curious to see him landing against another one of the pro top laners and see if the same thing happens, because as we usually know, regardless of which region you're in, and this is said by normal challenger players, right? This isn't just said by me, it's said by actual challengers. They all say that the pros are typically a cut above the rest of the challengers. They're just slightly better. So I'm curious if he's literally just abusing his slightly better mechanics, positioning, whatever, or if this is something he would also do to other pros.
Yeah, he does win top lane quite often. I mean, even as we saw last year at the World Championships, he was just able to destroy in the top lane as Jax, actually, and they won in the Grand Finals just super decisively on Impact's back on that Jax.
Yeah, and I know Faker was the big one that they thought was totally going to carry it, but Impact did so much work in the finals.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot of work this game as well, as finally Zach's able to have a really successful gank in that top lane, a 1-for-0 there.
And they did do a good job, and it looks like in the bot lane right now, Zera actually going to get picked up. Graves and Ezreal trading as well, and Graves going to get picked up. So pretty good trade by that because they got Thresh on top of that.
Yeah, that was actually a phenomenal play by Ezreal. He E'd behind both of the enemy bot laners to ensure that he could hit his ult on both of them. The ult damage hit both of them squarely, and then they were both so low that Zyra was able to pick up a kill with her passive, and then Ezreal was able to pick up Graves. So what looked like a terrible fight for Impact's allied bot lane there ends up being a phenomenal fight, and this Ezreal is now 5-0-2.
Yeah, he is huge right now. He definitely has potential to carry this one because Impact's team is actually ahead right now despite the 1 for Karthus.
Yeah, and in the top lane, because Impact was able to pick up that kill on Lee Sin, the gold lead has extended now for Lulu, and she's about 600 gold in the lead. And
yeah, 600 gold is still not that much though.
Yeah, definitely not that much. But Karthus was able to pick up a kill as well. But Karthus still hasn't finished his Rod of Ages, and that's so bad for the Karthus right now, because his Rod of Ages, he's 15 minutes in, and his Rod can't even start stacking yet because he hasn't completed the item.
Wow, that's a good point, but look at this. Just so smart of Impact to just pull it straight out of that one. He knew he was screwed otherwise. And because of that roam, we're going to see Red Team starting on this Dragon. However, Ezreal is going to get caught out right now. Thresh and Dade are there. A nice flash, though, to dodge that hook. And his team is going to continue doing this Dragon.
Yeah, Ezreal just putting down that pressure there to free up his team to be able to continue auto-attacking that Dragon. And a skirmish here in the top lane.
Oh, and Lee Sin tries to steal, but he does get out-smited. You're going to see Zero ult come down, but a nice safeguard by Lee Sin is going to keep him out of danger.
Oh, and Impact is going to pick up the kill on the Diana there. Such a close fight, but Diana just slightly too aggressive, takes a tower shot, and then Lulu is able to... Impact's able to just hit a Glitter Lance onto the Diana for the kill, and Impact is now 3-2, Diana is 1-3, and the farm lead right now is pushing 40 minions, and it's just going to continue growing.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is huge, but look at this bot lane right now. Zero just obliterated, and oh, the dodge, the flash dodge from Dade, but even with the shield, Karthus is going to pick that one up, giving him his second kill of the game. However, Pumandu plans to make Karthus pay, goes in on him with his ultimate, but he gets exhausted. He's going to turn around with the ignite, but there's the wild throw, keeping that Karthus alive. What a play from Impact, keeping Pumandu's target alive. Ooh, but look at that hook in the ball lane right now, straight on Ezreal. He's going to flash out, drop his ultimate, 2 GI out of mana and very low. Zac is going to pick it up, and Lee Sin, Dragon's raging, Ezreal under tower, and now he's going to run off the tower. What a play, gets out of the range and goes back in. Is he going to get the double kill right now? Zac is reforming, he's not going to get it in time, but he does dodge the knockup. Zac under tower, he turns it around, one auto, he gets the double kill.
Wow, man, that Lee Sin played that fight so well. I'm gonna have to watch that after we're done streaming. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Oh my goodness, just everything was so right. He just did everything so perfectly. The way that he got out of range of Ezreal and made Ezreal tank a tower shot before going in was just so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was really well played, man. These Korean Lee Sins, so good on that champion. I just, like, I want to play Lee Sin, but I'm gonna feel ashamed every time I pick the champion just because I know that I'll just never be on that same tier of play. Yeah, maybe I could play an NA diamond level Lee Sin, but that's like so far away from that challenger level Lee Sin. But I do want to point out here that Karthus has finally finished his Rod of Ages, and with that kill that he was able to pick up on Zed, with Impact's help and the kill he got bot lane, he's now back in this game.
Ooh, wow, look at that shutdown, though. As soon as he gets his rod, he is going to get picked up by Pumandu. Pumandu goes very low, and Impact Lance is going to pick him up despite the exhaust. Right now, Zac is going to try and run, but he ends up turning around. He actually misses his knockup. Zero dropping the ult as well, though, is going to hit on the threat. Diana goes very low, and it looks like they are going to try and kite this one down. Zero flashes in, drops Ignite, is going to pick up Diana. Right now, Lee Sin using his combo, trying to keep Zac dead. Nice snipe by Ezreal, is going to pick up that threat. Zac kiting around in circles. There's no way Lee Sin's going to pick him up. He is going to get slowed here. Tries to jump to a ward to get away, but there is 3 people chasing him. A nice flash by him. 1 Glitter Lance. That's all it takes to pick up that Lee Sin.
Wow, Impact, I have to say, played that fight really well. Lulu just has so much utility in the shields, the ultimates, the slows, the polymorphs, the glitter lances. Just like every single skill that Impact used in that skirmish just had such a big impact on their ability to win that team fight. Keeping the Zac alive with so many shields, and overall just a really solid fight there for Impact's team, and they now have a 3K gold lead.
And look at that, Pumandu trying to change that a little bit, but he actually just doesn't do enough damage to Karthus anymore. Oh wow, he's actually going back in, but Karthus cutting around is going to pick that one up with the Defile. The hook is actually going to grab Zero instead of Karthus. Karthus beginning to chase one down, drops the slow. Zero looking for the snare, and Zac coming in from behind. Fresh drop in the hole, and he is going to get the double kill on to Karthus. Lee Sin going in, trying to do what damage he can, but he does get a beautiful Dragon's Rage, kicking Zac straight into Karthus. What a play in the bot lane. Ezreal trading with Grace. He is going to pick that one up. Zero gets the kill onto Lee Sin.
Wow, and this game has completely snowballed in favor of Impact's team now. Partly just because of Impact's phenomenal play, hitting all of his glitter lances, making sure he can keep his allies alive with his ultimate and with his shield. Ezreal's doing a phenomenal job as well, but wow, that damage coming out from Diana.
Wow, that is brutal. She actually does get the freaking double kill on her tower. She survives thanks to this Rush Lantern. Is it going to be a triple? Oh my goodness. A clutch triple kill coming out from that Diana.
Wow, it's like, hey, we're falling behind, let's make a play, and then they actually successfully make the play. Whereas I feel like in North American solo queue, when you're falling behind and you're like, hey, we need to make a play here, it feels like your team's just always derp. But wow, phenomenal play there coming out from Diana. In the end, though, I don't think it was enough, as Impact's team was able to pick up that tier 1 mid tower, and they now do have like a 5k gold lead here.
Ooh, and Carter's face checking the bush by getting pulled in by that Death Sentence. He's very tanky and is going to drop that Zonia's. Ezreal there now pushing away. Shang-Huan coming in right now, doing a lot of damage on 2G. Pumandu not actually able to pick up Carthus either. This is not looking good for Pumandu and crew.
Yeah, and they're actually going to start this Baron here. Lee Sin is still up, though, and Lee Sin is one of those champions that has a phenomenal ability to steal objectives like Baron. So, because of this, they do need to be careful, but it looks like they are going to stay on this Baron here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to push it because it is a 3 versus 5, but Graves coming in. Diana goes in, picks up that Carthus very quickly, flashes out with the wins the honor. She's actually very low already. She does try to get to Lee Sin, but she is going to get shut down by that Ezreal. Graves trying to kite right now. He's doing his best to kite this one down. They're actually opting not to chase him, and there's Lee Sin coming in with a beautiful combo. Ezreal, he actually gets the shutdown. Red team had actually rotated back to Baron, and now they're all so low. Lee Sin and Graves might be able to pick this one up.
Yeah, they decided.
Goes in. Are they going to start the Baron? This is getting nuts. There it is, Thresh going in. It looks like Zero actually is going to pick up Johnny. Lee Sin looking for something here, but he goes so low from the Baron, and he cannot get it.
Yeah, and now it looks like they will.
Pumandu's there! Oh my god! What is going to happen to this Baron? It's so low! Oh my god, it goes to Lee Sin! Lee Sin now goes in, picks up Impact. He's swapping on over to Zero with Pumandu, trying to zone out that Zac. This is an over. Oh my god, the dodge! The dodge from Pumandu onto Zac. I can't, dude. I'm about to have an aneurysm.
The plays are so real right now, as Ezreal comes and hits both of them.
Oh, the double kill!
And the Corvus gets the double!
He gets the double assist! Ah!
So,
this is better than sex!
Because of this, only Diana has the Baron buff on her. Everyone else died. And, oh, like, I don't even know what to say. There was so much action that occurred in that team fight. Korean solo queue is ridiculous.
Oh my goodness, that is just so crazy. I can't even begin because I was having, during the team fight and shit, I was having trouble processing what was even happening, right? But these guys had to do it in the heat of the moment, actually moving the keyboard. I could barely even say what was happening. Like, I could barely even tell because it was so crazy. Everyone was jumping all over the place, just changing aggro on the Baron, swapping it back and forth and outplaying each other. It was just, holy crap.
Yeah, it was like there were mistakes on both sides, but the mistakes were so minimal compared to how well both sides played it. And the fact that Baron continually would get auto-attacked every few seconds meant that it didn't regen at all. And every single time a team thought they had the advantage, they would go back on Baron. Baron would deal enough damage to them that they would no longer have the advantage. And then the team fight lasted so long that the Zed ended up respawning and coming back, and then the Ezreal then the Karthus respawning. It was such a long team fight, and so much happened. But
the fight lasted like 3 minutes, dude. My throat is sore. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was.
Impact though, in the top lane, doing what he can.
Spamming that laugh. All right.
Yeah, doing the laugh. Oh wow, Diana actually going in on that, but Zira and Lee Sin both on the way. I guess we'll see what happens. A nice snare by Zira. It actually drops the low. Wow, she does a lot of damage. Thresh is on the way though, so Zira might have been a little bit overzealous right there, and is going to get picked up.
Yeah, she does fall there, and it looks like Zed actually ulted on the Ezreal, so Impact had to blow his ultimate onto Ezreal as well. But now a dive happening in the top lane.
Yeah, Lee Sin tries the insect there. It was a very good try, but he is actually going to get picked up by Ezreal and the tower shot. Just too overzealous right there, just like the Zera. A nice zone used by Diana, but she's definitely going to get picked up here. That is going to go to Impact. Looks like Zach in the mid lane trying to keep Dane from pushing the tower, doing a pretty solid job.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, these plays here. And honestly, insecting Ezreal is one of the hardest AD carries to insect in the entire game.
Oh, 100%. But look at that. That card, this ult drops. Exhaust going down onto that Ezreal. He drops the ult. Oh, it whiffs completely. Kumandu is waiting for it, but Zach is there as well. Kumandu was so late to that party, and he himself is going to get picked up.
Wow, Ezreal is dominating so hard right now. He actually went for the mana immune in this game. Or Mura mana, sorry. And is doing so much damage with his auto attacks because of that. It's been a while since I've seen an Ezreal with mana immune, but this Ezreal is really showing that it's a very viable pickup still.
Almost definitely, and look at that, Karthus going very ham right now. Diana picked up, but at what cost? Because Karthus was killed as well.
Yeah, and they're going to keep pushing down this mid-tier. No, actually there are back pings that are signaled, so they are going to pull off out of that. Impact was able to do a little bit of damage on this top tower, but it's still sitting at about half health. But overall right now, the gold lead has just continued to slowly snowball in favor of Impact's team. The fights have been so close, but somehow Impact's team has been able to continue to pull slight leads in all of these fights, even after losing that Baron in the end. And right now they're sitting at a solid 10k gold lead. And with that, their Ezreal is way stronger than the enemy Graves. Impact is a little bit stronger than the Diana. And Karthus, credit to him, is completely back into this game after a terrible, terrible laning phase.
Yeah, I mean, he was 0-4, 1-4 at one point laning phase, 0-3 at another point. He has done a great job playing back in this game. It's part of what Karthus does. He just enters into a team fight. It's hard to focus him because, you know, once you kill him, he's going to stick around for another 6 seconds, especially now that he has that Zhonya's and his Archangel Staff. It's like he's exceptionally tanky.
Yeah, so both AD carries picking up their red buffs here. And Baron is going to be back up in about 1 minute and 40 seconds, dragging around the same time. So I'm guessing that may be a big point of contention, although it's possible a game could be decided before that if there's a fight that happens over a tower.
Definitely, and actually Lee Sin going in right now onto Zach. Zhonya's being dropped by Karthus. He's inside the threshold. A nice flash coming from Ezreal and Lee Sin. Oh, Ezreal Arcane just over the wall. There's the shield. He's going to survive, but now Kumandu's on him. Wild Growth bonus low, and Dade is going to pick up Ezreal, picked up by Kumandu. That is going to be a shutdown. However, we already see Impact pick up Kumandu, and now switching on over to 2GI. 2GI trying to run away. We already see a lot of damage coming out on him. He is picked up by that Zach. Meanwhile, Karthus is going to get picked up by Diana, and Lee Sin coming out, but Diana picked up as well. Lee Sin sole survivor right now, and the Karthus soul is not going to be enough to kill him. Wow, the shield that came out just at the right time to keep him alive. So much shield coming out from that Maw, and he is going to live, but only temporarily since Lulu does pick him up.
Yeah, and Lulu had a phenomenal teleport behind the enemy team in that team fight. It was actually a 4v5 at the beginning. Impact was actually farming in the bot lane, but he teleports behind the blue team and just cleans up from the back. And these fights, just so much goes down every single time. But now the mid inhibitor is down, and Baron is up in 15 seconds.
Ooh, yeah, and that's really good timing for Red Team, especially because that means they kind of back and heal and then go to Baron.
Yeah,
and it looks like Ezreal might actually pick up this blue. That'll be huge for him.
Yeah, and Baron is now up. Dragon's going to be up in 5 seconds, and because the blue team did not choose to rush this Baron here, it means that Impact and the rest of his team are going to be able to back. They're going to be able to buy their next big items, and this next fight's going to be over Baron, but the blue team's going to have to worry about the inhibitor being down there and the super minions that are going to be pushing middle. They're also going to have to worry about the fact that they're most likely going to lose a team fight. So in this situation, I honestly don't know what the blue team is gonna have to do in order to win this. I feel like they have to assassinate Ezreal at the beginning of the fight. If they can kill Ezreal at the beginning, then they could win. But man,
Karthus overzealous there. There was no one with him when he went in, and that could be a Baron. That could be the cost of a Baron.
Yeah, it could be, but I don't think the blue team is confident enough right now to go for Baron because Zac is still up, Ezreal is still up, but they are going for a dragon here, and they are catching out to Zac.
Yeah, they're catching out Zac right now, but that is not necessarily the card you want to catch because he's so tanky, and they do pay for it. 2GI is going to pick up SKT1 going over the wall, doing a lot of damage to Dante. That's a double kill. Is going to be picked up in the Dragon's Rage combo, but Diana goes very low as well. Diana getting out of range, and now Pumandu swapping on over to Impact. Impact dropping the Wild Growth, and Zac comes in now. Ooh, Lee Sin is going to get it with the flash, and he goes straight over the wall with the safeguard. A nice escape made by him.
Yeah, so that was actually a 4v5 fight that they 4 for 2, which is incredible. They were able to kill 4 people, only lose 2 in a fight that they were outnumbered in. And the gold lead is now 13k. They're going to pick up this dragon unless Lee Sin can actually steal it here. I don't think he's going to be able to, as Zac has might as well. But we'll have to see. Oh, he actually misses his.
Ooh, Lee Sin goes over the wall to try and steal it, but he's just a tad late. Does a lot of damage to Zero, but he is going to pick that one up. Now it's him versus Zac. He dodges Zero's needle, trying to do a lot of damage to him. He actually puts out a lot. He has so much magic resist. This Lee Sin is a god.
Wow. I mean, I thought Lee Sin didn't scale well into the late game, but 30 minutes is pretty late into the game, and he just 2v1'd the Zac and the Zyra, and he's trying to do his best to live here as this Karthus is going in on him.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just these mechanics are too nuts. I guess Lee Sin doesn't scale well. When we talk about it, right, we're talking about diamond level play, right? We say, oh, you know, in diamond, Lee Sin doesn't scale that well because even there, no one uses Lee Sin as effectively as these guys use him, not even half as effectively. But when you're playing Lee Sin and you can deal a lot of damage and still dodge everything, it's nuts. And speaking of damage, SKT1 putting out a lot and taking a lot. He does trade with Dade, but Wild Growth was used by Impact already. He's going to drop his Whimsy into Glitterlands, tries to run out of range. He actually turns around, though, for some reason. We are going to see the flash from Pumandu, but using that Whimsy, he is going to get out, taking that Ignite for free.
Wow, Impact is so fast when he uses Whimsy. It's ridiculous. But right now, Ezreal is down, but Graves is down as well. And there goes Diana, and I really... Man, blue team is in a really bad spot right now.
They're trying, but Lee Sin is there now. Ooh, Zac misses his knockup yet again. He hasn't been too good about that one. He's going to flash and drop his ultimate, but actually doesn't hit anyone at all because he flashes straight into the Thresh ultimate. Lee Sin dropping the Dragon's Rage on a Zero, and he is going to run out of range here, but even despite his Mar, he is going to get shut down because that is a 3 versus 1. Zac now chasing this Thresh down, doing his best to pick him up, but instead they are going to go for this inhibitor. But no, Impact Bloodthirsty drops the shield down. There's the Glitterlands pickup.
Yeah, so they're going to pick up that kill, they're going to pick up this inhibitor, and it's going to be interesting. Are they going to try and end now, or are they going to pull back and try and do Baron?
Ooh, well, looks like there's going to try and be a stop from Pumandu. He goes in, exhausted, dropped on him, though. He doesn't actually get the kill, but he goes very low. He is going to get picked up. We're going to see Karthus dropping the ult as well into Dade. Flash, Glitterlands coming out from Impact, picking that one up. He does die to Diana and the tower. Zac in big trouble, too. He's going to drop as well. Now it's just Karthus and Zero, and Karthus baiting this Diana in circles. Diana almost drops the red buff, not quite enough, and wow, Karthus taking that tower hit, nearly dies to the minions. But it looks like they are both going to get out A-OK.
Yeah, so now Ezreal is up, and Ezreal has enough damage himself. He might just try to end it by himself, but no, Lee Sin is up, and he's going to not even be able to pick up the tower here, and he's going to have to fall back. But man, these fights are so prolonged, and I'm surprised that Impact's team hasn't tried to go for possibly this outer tower right here. It looks like minions are going to pick it up, and minions actually pressuring this bottom tower as well, so... yeah, I'm surprised they haven't gone for a second inhibitor first before trying to clean up the base. But I guess the fact that there is only one inhibitor tower here means that it's just as easy to try to kill the Nexus tower. It's just as easy to try and kill the Nexus as it is to pick up an inhibitor because it's just one tower everywhere.
Ooh, and look at this, though. Ezreal gets picked up by Diana. A beautiful Zonius by Diana avoids all that damage. It's still going to be a shutdown from Zero, but that did give Lee Sin time to show up. Frostmoon Claim does come out. Zero trying to kite this one down, but I don't know if you can kite the Lee Sin, and oh, she just gets manhandled. Karthus on the way, though, puts out a lot of damage, but the Lantern is going to keep Lee Sin safe and sound.
Yeah, so overall, that's a 1 for 2. And the blue team is trying to make
this one on the Karthus.
Yeah, if they are able to kill Karthus, as they are right there with that nice ultimate coming out from Dade, it's now 5 on 3, or 4 on 3.
That was a nice shot from Zach. One of the first good ones I've seen this game. But the hook did go into Impact, and Impact just exploded. Now Pumandu is rotating onto Zach as well. He goes very low. That is going to be an ace, which means this Baron might go to blue.
Yeah, this Baron is definitely going to go to blue, although Ezreal's up in just 3 seconds, and his ult is up, so he's probably going to try and ult this Baron away, but I don't know if he's going to be able to steal it. Now, the thing is, Lee Sin is dead, so they don't have Smite, but it looks like the ult is going to hit slightly too early there, and the Baron actually goes to the blue team here. So, yes, they're down by about 13k gold, but they have Baron buff now. The inhibitor is going to be respawning relatively soon, and if the blue team is going to make a comeback here, this is their chance.
Yeah, definitely. With that Baron, and now they are starting to catch up a little bit more. I don't even know which team scales better here. I kind of think Impact's team scales better, but they are so heavy on magic damage that itemization might end up going blue's way instead.
Yeah, well, Ezreal's about to finish up the last Whisper here pretty quick. His next back, he'll grab that last Whisper, and then he's going to be full build. He's not going to be able to scale any farther than he is. So as soon as he finishes this last Whisper, he's going to be as strong as he's going to get in the game. So if they can make this game last another 10-15 minutes, Ezreal's going to start to fall off. Graves is going to start to be able to come back. But it looks like there's an engage here as this Thresh is caught out.
Thresh caught himself. He chose to go in on the death sentence and ran into 4 people, so definitely not a smart move by him.
So now Impact's team is going to try to push these other towers here. Really smart move by them. I expected they would have done this sooner, but they're now finally doing this, and I have a feeling that if they're able to pick up a second inhibitor here, it's going to be really big for them, and it's going to be almost impossible for the blue team to try and come back. But the mid inhib is actually respawned, so they might go around and just grab that mid inhib because it doesn't have a tower. They might pick that up again first.
They definitely should before Thresh respawns. I mean, he's got 15 seconds, and oh wow, Ezreal almost got caught out there, but as we know, it's pretty damn hard to catch Ezreal. So Lee Sin did go into that one, but he actually goes very low, and now Zach rotating onto Graves. Karthus ultimate coming down, and Ezreal actually tags all 3 of them. Zach doing what he can, but it's still not enough to kill Lee Sin because of the shield. We are going to see Pumandu going in, and the Zonia's pop by Nana. Pumandu actually kills the Impact, but now Dade trying to trade with Ezreal actually wins the trade, and thanks to the shield, he is not going to get picked up. That's going to be a double kill. Lee Sin picks up Diana. Karthus coming in slightly late, drops the Zonies with almost no HP, and nice Zonies by him, and he drops the shield as well. He actually doesn't get it, and his ult is down. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is another ace coming out for the blue team here, and that's what I was saying. They have Baron buff. This was their chance to come back, and they won a team fight, which is so big for them. So the question now is, can they get any objectives off of it? If they can get a mid tower here, a second tier mid tower, it's going to be so big for them, and the comeback is honestly a lot realer than I was expecting it to be. Now the problem is Baron buff is only on Graves now, and Baron buff's going to be going away pretty soon, and then I feel like Impact's team is going to have the advantage again, but Graves scales much better into the late game now than this Ezreal, and this Ezreal's full build, he's not going to be able to get any stronger, and it might be an issue now for Impact's team that Ezreal is going to fall off, and they were actually able to pick up a second tier tower, an inhib tower, and the inhib. So big for them now. The gold lead is still 12k, or 11k now with that another tower pickup, but once you start to get this far in the game, everyone's starting to get full build. The gold lead really doesn't matter as much.
Exactly. A 10k lead in 10 minutes is huge, but a 10k lead in an hour is basically nothing. Because everyone's almost full build. As you just brought up, Ezreal can't buy anymore. Lulu almost can't buy anymore. Zach almost can't buy anymore. We're pretty much closing into that point where everyone's full build, and I'm really curious to see who will win at that point, because these last 2 fights have surprised me with how hard Blue has taken them, despite the fact that I thought Red was going to win.
Yeah, so right now we see Impact taking Golem's top lane and backing. Now the reason why Impact is not too worried about staying with his team right now is the fact that he has teleport. So he can teleport in if need be, and he'll be at a team fight at a moment's notice. But the struggle here, or the the problem that could possibly arise is because the blue team has a Zed, because they have a Diana, because they have a Graves, a lot of champions with burst, it's possible that Impact's team, a member of Impact's team, could get completely nuked out of the team fight before Impact even is able to finish his teleport. So we might see him just group because of that fact, even though he does have teleport.
That's a really good point. I think that is what he's going to do because that wild growth is so important, especially against characters like Zed and Diana and Graves, who are all about that burst like you talked about. So him having to waste 3 seconds teleporting is going to be it's too much time he wasted. Wow, is that wow, he actually hooks and goes in on that one. What the hell is he doing? That's another weird throw for no reason.
Yeah, this switch right now is 2 and 14. And even in Korean Challenger, you can go on tilt. It happens to everyone. It doesn't matter your skin color, and I have to think that this Thresh is definitely on tilt right now.
100%. Carr just made a big mistake as well, though. Flashman doesn't even use his zone. He's going to drop the ultimate. Diana goes low, and the knockup actually misses. That is going to be picked up for Ezreal right now, and it looks like Crewman Duke going to get taken out as well. Lee Sin picks up Impact as well, and Gragas turns around. Oh, frick. Graves turns around and picks up Ezreal. My throat hurts. Take it away.
Yeah, so that was a 4 for 3. Actually, finally a fight in favor of Impact's team. But the thing is, Lee Sin's still alive, and Lee Sin has already proven that he can 2v1 this Zyra and this Zac here. So they do pull off, they don't get the inhib, and overall, I think that even though one more member of their team died, I feel like the blue team came out on top of this fight because the Graves is going to scale better, and the Graves is now full build. So we now have 2 full build AD carries. It doesn't matter how far ahead Ezreal was. It doesn't matter that Ezreal has 19 kills and Graves only has 10. They both have full builds, and Graves is going to do more damage in this late game.
It's true, and not only does it do more damage, but his burst is just so upfront. Ezreal's burst is not quite as good because he has to, like, the way that Ezreal bursts someone is he primes his True Song Barrage in a bush that they're running towards and then blows it and then blows his full kit on them. And that's like Ezreal's burst. But it's not nearly as reliable as Graves' buckshot and collateral damage.
Yeah, now one thing that Ezreal is slightly better at is he can clean up fights really well. If there's a lot of members of the blue team that are low after a team fight and Ezreal's the last one alive, Ezreal can easily clean up 3-4 members. Whereas Graves is not going to be able to do that as effectively. But in a straight-up team fight, especially if Impact's team is grouped, Graves is just going to be able to put down so much AoE burst over the entire team. And Baron is now back up, so this is going to be a big point of contention.
It most certainly will be, and Thresh now getting very hungry again. It looks like my game just crashed. You're going to have to take it away from here until I reload.
Alright, so there's a big engage coming in from a Diana here, and Diana actually Zonias, and there's a big team fight coming in as the Zac ults, and they pick up Diana, but overall it's just a 1 for 0, and Thresh lands this hook onto Ezreal. This time he does not go in, however, but now Lee Sin and Zed are in the fight, and it looks like they're going to try and do something here. Lula puts the shield onto Zac. Zac's going to be fine. They slowly kite out. And overall, it's still a 1 for 0. But the blue team is pinging Baron as their health bars are slightly higher. And Lee Sin goes in on the backline onto the Karthus. Karthus falls relatively low, but now Lee Sin is actually out by himself. And Ezreal's doing his best. And Ezreal picks up the kill on Lee Sin. Now the juggler for the blue team is down. Thresh might fall here as well. He does fall. And it's now a 3-4-0 in favor of Impact's team. Really big here. They're probably going to pick up this inhibitor. And after the inhibitor, they might just go for the win because Lee Sin and Thresh are down for 50 more seconds. The death timer is just brutal this late into the game.
Wow, I'm watching that on stream, and that is crazy. You're probably going to have to do play-by-play for the rest of this game, and I'll have to do analytical because it won't let me reload the game. It won't let me open my client. Hopefully, it gets fixed for the next one. But, yeah, that is nuts. And looking at that, you know, they're just going to push straight down mid here.
Yeah, the game is over, so it's all right that you crashed. The game is over now. But, yeah, so a really, really big win coming out from Impact in this game. His final score, 16 kills, 9 deaths, and 20 assists. A phenomenal game coming out by Impact there. So much impact made in that game. Ezreal as well did a phenomenal job, going 28 and 18 in that game. The Zyra, 27 assists. This game just had so many kills, but one of the most abiding things, I don't know, my words aren't coming out right, but the fact that there's so much kill participation. Like, every single member of Impact's team has 20 assists or more, besides the Ezreal, who has over 20 kills, but 20 assists coming out from Impact, 24 coming out for Zach, 25 for Karthus, 27 for Zyra. Just so much kill participation from everyone in these games.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a crazy game. 113 total kills. Sorry guys, I lost my voice a couple times because their fights lasted for minutes at a time, and it was I literally couldn't breathe anymore, just shoutcasting these fights and having them last so long. I mean, I hope it was still entertaining, because it was. To me, that was probably the most entertaining game I've ever watched in my life, to be completely honest. That was so insane, just watching the crazy plays come out from everyone, particularly that Lee Sin was just a complete god. So that was a blast, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Yeah, especially that Baron fight at 23 minutes, around that time. It was so long. So much was happening that it was honestly breathtaking. How well each member of both teams were playing their champions, pushing their champions to their limits, keeping the Baron low because both teams continue to think, oh, we have the advantage now, continue auto-attacking Baron because we can get it, and then they'd follow from Baron. The other team's like, oh no, we have the advantage now, we need to keep auto-attacking this Baron down. And oh wow, it was ridiculous. So are we doing one more game here, or are we closing this out?
We can do one more game. I'm down to do one more game.
All right, so
if anyone else is curious, we'll do one more.
All right, so we'll bring one more exciting game from Impact then. So a few people were commenting in the chat during that last game about the subscriber emotes. I believe Sona Mid GG was asking if they could create subscriber emotes. Yeah, definitely. If you have a subscriber emote that you want to submit, just send me a private message, send the channel a private message on Twitch, and we'll definitely take a look at that. And if it's good, it could be the next subscriber emote. So yeah, if you want to do that, for sure. And also, if you want to follow the stream, make sure to do that. Make sure to follow myself on Twitter at LegendByNight and Aaron at LegendAaron. And we will be right back. We're going to load up this next game. So we'll see you guys in about a minute and 30 seconds. If you want to support the stream by turning off the ad block, definitely do so. But we'll see you in a minute.